Yo guys, what is good? It's Cameron 8K Cam in the building. You know what I'm saying? I messed out. I didn't show up a lot. Okay, as you guys can see, it's 8:15 at night. Okay, I'm just trying to record some last minute videos or whatever before I go to sleep and get them uploaded. Today I'm gonna be reacting to why LaVar Ball wants to stop the Golden State Warriors from picking up Lamelo in the NBA draft. Now, honestly, I don't want Lamelo, bro. He does not. Golden State do not draft Lamelo. Okay.
Fascinating storylines of this entire NBA offseason.
Oh yeah, before we get into the video, guys, smash that like and subscribe button.
Just
down
with
there.
Their draft pick.
Down
now
there.
look, man, I'm gonna be honest. For all you know, this video could be 100% irrelevant by the time the draft lottery comes about, because for all you know, the Golden State Warriors could end up with, like, I don't know, the 4th pick in the NBA draft and not have an opportunity to even draft anyone that special. But at the same time,
I think Lamelo
if you're
should
in
go
a position
#1.
to draft Lamelo Ball, James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards, or Obi Toppin, I think you're going to be in pretty good shape, and I don't really think you could go wrong. No matter who they get, they're going to be in pretty good shape. But there's another issue. There is the chance that the Golden State Warriors just end up packaging this pick alongside Andrew Wiggins and maybe a couple of other assets and try to get themselves another star. It could be Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't think it would be Bradley Beal, but I'm just throwing out possibilities for you guys. Well,
he will be saying Giannis is leaving, bro.
We're just
Giannis is not
discuss
leaving.
one possibility, and that lone possibility is if the Golden State Warriors are in a position to draft Lamelo.
I feel like Giannis would rather try win a ring by himself. When he's like this good as he is right now, I think he would try like stay on Bucks. I don't think he would.
Are they going to do it? And
having to go to another team to win a championship.
What LaVar Ball thinks about the scenario and analyze why he gave the response he did. Now, before we jump into the content, guys, we just started posting content back on the Theflightmike channel again on a consistent basis. It's so good to be back. I miss the NBA. I miss making content for you guys. If you could take a moment to drop a like, you don't even have to subscribe, but
we'll give
drop
you a
like
subscribe, my guy. The Theflightmike, you're an OG.
And if you actually like my content, subscribe and turn my notifications on, because every like will help me get over the fact that I got my ankles broken by flight earlier this June. Now that that's out of the way, cue the intro.
That's why I recognize your name. I thought you was an OG. No, I remember who you are now. You were irrelevant. I thought I recognized your name. I was like, oh yeah, you must be one of those OG NBA YouTubers. No, you got ankle broken by flight. Oh my God, Giannis.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Your boy the Theflightmike back again with some NBA news. Now, guys, we have a lot to get to here, so I'm just gonna jump straight into it. If you have been paying attention to the Golden State Warriors throughout the season, you'd know that they're pretty freaking bad.
Yes, sir.
Throughout the entire season, they've been throwing us curveballs. If you haven't noticed, I don't blame you, but since my entire job is based upon bringing you guys news, I've seen moments where they said they're targeting Anthony Edwards. I've seen moments where they've said they're targeting James Wiseman. And then I've seen moments where they've said that they're targeting Lamelo Ball. So what I'm getting from all this is a gigantic smokescreen. Now look, man, here's the interesting thing about Lamelo Ball. Throughout his entire career, the guy's played point guard. And the first thing we need to discuss is whether or not Lamelo Ball fits onto the Golden State Warriors. If the Warriors get the #1 overall pick, should they even draft Lamelo Ball? Now, I want you to take a moment, all right? Just put yourself in Bob Myers' shoes for a second. Take a deep breath. You have the top pick in the NBA draft. You have a ton of options in front of you. The options that I presented in the intro of the video, you could go with a position of need and draft James Wiseman, your center of the future. You could draft a player that is in the mold of Draymond Green and Obi Toppin, or you could draft a exciting point guard prospect like Lamelo Ball, or even Anthony Edwards. Who do you pick? Take a moment, take like 5 to 10 seconds. Let me know your answer in the comment section down below.
Yeah, comment down below who you'd take.
Okay, you got it? Great, good. Let's move on. The first thing we need to discuss is whether or not Lamelo Ball fits onto the Golden State Warriors.
Bro, he's replaced Curry.
This is a clear
Learn from
aligner.
Curry and then replace
Actually,
Curry.
It's a nighttime clear aligner.
State Warriors. And there's this narrative that states that no, he does not fit onto the Golden State Warriors because he is a point guard.
He played the two mostly through. He was best when he was playing at the two with Lonzo as point guard, and he just learned from Lonzo. He plays like the similar way as Curry. He's just taller and more saucy, in my opinion, and slightly more athletic. If you literally just get Curry to teach him everything he knows, Curry gets a little older, can't move as fast. You put Curry, and then you switch them out. You put Curry at the two, as Curry can't move as well. He's still going to be an amazing shooter. And then you just switch out Lamelo playing point.
And Steph Curry is a point guard, and Klay Thompson is a
It's
shooting guard.
perfect.
There's enough guards on that team.
I don't want Curry to go.
There's
I
no
don't
way
want Lamelo to go to Golden
Ball
State.
is going to fit onto that roster. Well, look, one little discrepancy. We're going based off of what he's listed as. For all you know, at the Combine, he's listed as something else. Wikipedia actually has him listed at two heights. It says he's listed at 6'7" and 181 pounds, and then it also says he's listed at 6'8". So that's pretty interesting. But if you go even further down, it says that his position is point guard and shooting guard. Well, there's one thing about Lamelo that a lot of people haven't paid attention to. There's one thing that I absolutely love about his game. Lamelo Ball is a very gifted scorer, and he has tremendous court vision. Now, I don't know if his court vision is on par with Lonzo's because Lonzo had significantly steeper competition at the NCAA level, so the sample we got from Lonzo is a little...
We talking NCAA tougher than NBL?
A bit more reliable than Lamelo, but based off of what we've seen when Lamelo was playing for Illawarra, it looks like he is more than capable of finding the open teammate.
Then again, the only team I really watch when I do watch NBL was the Illawarra Hawks and the Perth Wildcats, who are honestly the best. If you look at it, they haven't missed the finals in like 20 years. So they're just like historically, like they have to be one of the greatest franchises in all sports to make a finals 20 years in a row. Like if you're talking most successful franchise, it has to be like,
and more than capable of scoring if need be. Now, once again, it's really hard to go based off of basic statistics, but when Lamelo was playing in the NBL, he was able to average 7 assists this year. No matter what league you're in, if you're
and you guys got to notice that they really, like, Lamelo wasn't playing that well at the start of the season, as well as they weren't really giving him the ball too much at the start of the season either.
Dishing out 7 assists, then that's a pretty good sign that you're more than a capable facilitator. But there's another thing that I want you to pay attention to, and this is yet another thing that no one's really acknowledging. He's a 6'7" point guard, which means he's going to be filling a niche very similar to Ben Simmons, only Lamelo Ball is capable of shooting and scoring the 3-ball. And I don't know why this isn't discussed enough. I don't think anyone discusses.
It's because they kind of... Lamelo plays like a point guard. Ben Simmons is like way big. Like him and LeBron kind of just like built different where they're slashers. LaMelo's like a true... he's like more of a Steph Curry, Trae Young type build, but way taller.
This as much as...
Like Ben Simmons and LeBron, they're playing point guard and they're bullying their ways to the ring, and that's why they're so unstoppable at point guard. But LaMelo don't really got that. Like, look at this dude.
They should. With that being said, LaMelo Ball could technically be listed as a point guard, but dude, Steph Curry isn't a ball-dominant guard. He doesn't usually make plays with the ball in his hands. He's a score-first point guard. Klay Thompson as well. He could create his own shot. Both players could create their own shot, but they're more than happy running around screens as they're trying to catch and shoot the open 3.
That's
you
why I
combine
hate
that
Golden
with
State.
the fact that Lamelo Ball
2016 Golden State, bro, just running around so many screens made me hate every single player on that team.
a 6'7"
I genuinely
point guard,
hated watching
which means
them.
he could easily play the small forward position. And the fact that he's a capable...
It's like Curry's highlights. I'm like, wow, this dude is saucy. I like this. But when you actually watch the guys, right, he's just running off ball through double picks, everything. It's like, bro,
facilitator.
Stop.
And the fact that he can hit the 3-ball, dude, without a doubt, there's not a better player for the Golden State Warriors to draft with the number 1 pick,
getting up
assuming they
high.
get the number 1 pick, than Lamelo Ball. Now, of course,
Hey.
there's a huge if in this situation. For all you know, his listed height could be a lie, and LaVar Ball is kind of notorious for shying away from the truth. But even furthermore, and this is what kind of
I'm gonna
drives
give
me
him 6'6",
crazy,
6'7"
everyone's
at
favorite
max.
sports helicopter parent is back at it again, because as soon as the Warriors stated they might be interested in LaMelo Ball, and as soon as the Warriors met with LaMelo via Zoom call, which is official according to Anthony Slater, they met with
I
him
love LaVar
earlier
as
this
well.
June to, I guess, get acquainted with one another. I guess that's
LaVar
how
is
you have
very
to
funny.
make interviews happen now. According to LaVar Ball, and he said this on a podcast called Say Less with Kaz, LaVar said that he doesn't like Golden State because he believes his son is the best player in the draft, and he doesn't believe the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson would be a good fit because they would ask LaMelo Ball to fill a role and not be the star player LaVar believes he can be.
Facts. But again, you got to look at it at the long term. I think long term, there's a chance that learning everything from Curry could be better for LaMelo.
Sure.
But at the same time, he
this
also
step,
might
just
be
like you
missing out on a little bit of actual NBA court time and actual NBA time with the ball. But I think he could learn a lot from Curry.
LaVar said, that's the part I don't like about Golden State. They got Klay and the other guys, and now you want to put Melo in that mix to say you got to follow these guys. Melo ain't no follower. He don't need to do what they do. Let them do their thing. There's a reason you are looking at my son. He's talented and can play the game. It ain't that hard. Guy is open and you pass it to them. You open and you've been working on your shot. Shoot the ball. It's fast paced. It's good. But don't be like Melo got to his turn and wait for 2 or 3 years to go by and learn from the veterans. Ain't about that. Can you play or not? And when you special, how do you coach somebody special? You just enjoy it, and they special because of the things they do. Enjoy it, let him do what he does. Now, here's the thing that just drives me a little nuts, because LaVar Ball said some additional stuff after it. It drives me a little crazy that
why you gotta love
LaVar has
LaVar.
this idea that hero ball is dominant in the NBA. If you look at the last championship,
Hero ball ain't dominant in this NBA. LaMelo don't be dominant in this NBA. All three of my boys don't be dominant in this NBA. They don't be hero. They don't make hero ball dominant.
teams, championships were built on the backs of good team play. It wasn't really like Kawhi Leonard carried the Raptors to a championship. He had
Hero ball ain't gonna carry this league. The Bulls gonna become heroes and carry this league. You know what I'm
Pascal
saying?
Siakam helping him out. The Golden State Warriors had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Hell, their mantra was strength in numbers before Kevin Durant got there. So if you want a good example of what LaMelo Ball's life would be if he went to the team that LaVar Ball wanted him to go to, it would be literally what Trae Young's going through in Atlanta right now. But LaVar isn't done. LaVar also mentioned that if the Warriors have the #1 overall pick, of course they're going to draft LaMelo Ball.
I want LaMelo to go to New Orleans. I don't care, bro. New Orleans gonna make it happen.
And
then
to quote
pick
him
up-
exactly, he said, at the end of the day,
LiAngelo.
this is about money and business. Melo will put people in them seats. That's one thing he can do. Who in the draft is going to put people in them seats besides Melo?
Facts.
Now,
Melo don't
the
sell
thing
out any
that's
crowd.
blows my mind is
Bro, he sells out crowds in a start. Like you have to book so far ahead to get a Atlanta Hawks, Illawarra Hawks game. You had to book so far ahead. Like they were hard to get. It's like one of the only Wildcats games that sold out. That he was selling out. God,
the Warriors
selling
have
out
Curry and
arenas.
Thompson. They
and Illawarra Hawks suck.
already are capable of filling up the seats. I think LaVar Ball wants LaMelo Ball to just go to the New York Knicks. It makes a lot of sense. He just wants a nice, large market so he could reattempt building his brand. And of course, he is a helicopter parent, as we do know. So my take on this, and of course, the Warriors have a 14% chance at getting the #1 pick anyway, is LaVar, you should be very, very thankful
Yeah,
if
New
LaMelo
York-
Ball
New
gets
York
drafted to the
LaMelo,
Warriors, and
yeah.
here is why.
Yes,
Steph Curry's
sir.
current age is 32 years old. Klay Thompson's current age is 30 years old. So there's only like so many more years
They
that
could build a
Curry could
deadly
be
team
the
around
incredible
LaMelo with this-
dominant guard that he is,
with this little
and
three.
could be the absolute matchup nightmare that he is. Of course, he's going to need somebody to take that pressure off of him. while LaMelo is learning from Klay Thompson and Steph Curry during the tail end of their prime, LaMelo will also be in a position to compete for championships.
Yeah.
That's not a position many players get the opportunity to do so right off the bat after coming into the NBA. Even furthermore, if you had the opportunity to get drafted by a team that has an established culture, that has a championship pedigree, wouldn't you prefer to go to the team that's guaranteed not to ruin your son's potential, as opposed to going to a team that has been
Speaking facts. Now I think about it more. Golden State is
notorious for drafting poorly and failing to develop their draft picks and trading away the only good draft pick they've made over the past, I don't know, I want to say 15 something years, unless if I'm forgetting somebody. And I'm talking about the Knicks, man. At the end of the day, if LaMelo Ball balls out in Golden State, he's going to have the same amount of eyeballs on him as if he were to ball out in New York, because Golden State is probably going to be more of a contender.
Exactly.
I believe that LaVar Ball really needs to take a lesson from what happened to Lonzo Ball's career and sit this one out. Lonzo's doing a lot better after he's distanced himself from the big baller brand and his dad, and I really would hate to see LaMelo Ball's potential get ruined by his dad.
Here's the thing though, Lonzo and LaMelo are different people. Lonzo always been that quiet point guard, like he ain't say nothing, guys. Even in college and high school, he ain't say nothing. It was LaVar the ones always talking. LaMelo's kind of different. Okay, I'm not saying LaMelo's super loud in the media, but LaMelo got a little bit more of a mouth. He got way more swag. He always trying to gain attention. He just doing random stuff. You guys watch Ball in the Family? LaMelo, he's a perfect fit for New York. But in terms of basketball, it makes way more sense for him to go to Golden State.
Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below.
Guys, let us know what you thought in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button. And I'm out. See ya.